maybe they've got a picture of the dog in their dirty garage or something. Whatever, something that's not the most appealing picture, but at least they've made the effort to take a picture of the dog and send it to us, and then we post it, and then you get all these hateful comments about the finder. Oh, couldn't you bring the dog in the house, or couldn't you do this? And again, we just don't tolerate that, because we don't want to discourage people from sending us a photo of a found dog.
Right.
And who knows? I mean, maybe they have little children in the house and they don't know the dog, or maybe they have another dog in the house and they don't know the dog.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand it. There's a lot of stuff about this whole thing that we do that I don't understand. And it gets really frustrating some days. And some days, I'm sure you feel, well, you seem nicer than me. So I don't know. Because some days I'm telling you, I just want to tell people off. But, hey, we can't. We have to try to stay professional. But it's really hard some days. It really, really is. And then, like today, I had a woman, and I knew based on the way she was commenting, she was going to be an issue. She was going to be a problem. And she was, it got down to, don't you tell me what to do, well, she wouldn't give somebody's dog back because they weren't sending her the right pictures. Although the picture was the dog wearing the exact same collar that she had on, but oh no, I need to see a picture with you in the, I'm like, oh my gosh, lady. And then the dog had arthritis and they were describing the joint to her or something. And she refused to give the dog back. And finally I messaged her and I said, look, it was Animal Services that gave them our flyer and they know that they're the owner. You need to give the dog back. You don't need to tell me what to do. She said, I'm like, okay. And my husband would say, is that how she said it? Is that, I'm like, well, that's how I read it. But it's just odd to me, because if they took a dog in, they cared enough to do that, and maybe they have a dog. So when they want somebody to do the same for them, and how they feel if that they were given a hard time and weren't accommodating them to give their dog back. And turning the tables on people, sometimes it works, reverse psychology. And then other times it doesn't. And you can almost sense the people that it won't work on, I wish there were other techniques, but I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes.
And are your police pretty good? Would they go knock on her door and say she needs to give the dog back, even if it comes down to that?
Yeah, in that county, it was the animal control is run by the sheriff's department, and they were going to do that. So yeah, they would. And I don't hesitate to get them involved if it needs to be done. Because it's just ridiculous to me. Yeah. And I think it's a point that people need to understand. I don't know in your state, but here, as in most states across the United States, pets are personal property. It's considered theft. Right. If you keep property away from someone. So, when we try to say that to them and they get angry.
Right. And we have, so I totally agree. But we have kind of two different schools of thought with our enforcement, with our authorities. One is that it is personal property and they will assist the owner. The other is that it's personal property and it's a civil matter and it needs to go to civil court. And so then we have a lot of owners that just they don't understand that whole process. They don't have the money, even though it doesn't cost a lot of money, but that's just not something intellectually that they're able to do that whole court process. And so unfortunately, some of those people never do get their dogs back because they happen to live in an area where the police won't step in or the sheriff won't step in.
Yeah,
but
and that does happen.
More and more we're getting their cooperation.
Yeah,
so that makes me happy.
And I think with each case that we do get the cooperation, it helps. Yeah. I still hear a lot that it's a civil matter, but I did an interview with an attorney and we talked specifically about the theft versus the civil matter. And it was very interesting because the civil matter, she explained it more like if it was a divorce and the husband, it had to be somebody that knew You know,
Okay.
it was almost
Oh,
that way. I need to listen. It
yeah.
was Lisa Chittero's interview, and
Okay.
she explained it really well. Because you know we do hear that. I just heard it the other day. Somebody said, I said, "Did you call the police?" Yes, I did. They told me it was a civil matter, and I said, "Well, this doesn't sound like one. Make sure you call them back and say you want." And you needed to be firm but polite and say, "I
Right.
want, you know, to make a report for theft, you know, because it is theft." Um,
Right.
so it's and it stinks that it even has to go that far, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
does.
Oh,
Yeah. We had a case
oh,
just last week or the week before. A little white poodle was missing for a while, and the owner, I mean, she was on that thing like you would not believe. And she sent me a picture of a little boy holding her dog. The father had taken the dog and gave it to the little boy for his birthday.
oh my gosh.
And
Wow.
somehow she found the picture, or somebody sent her the picture, and it was her dog. And you know, the police helped her get it back. But I mean, how terrible, you know?
Right.
But
Right.
thank
And
God she got it
what
back.
an example the father's setting, okay?
Oh my
That,
gosh.
you know, that's
I
okay.
know. Oh, I
Oh,
know.
geez.
That one just threw me when I saw for my in my own eyes, you know, the little
Yeah.
boy holding this dog, and now, okay, son, sorry, I've got to give the dog back because I stole it.
Yeah.
You know, sorry.
Boy, oh boy.
I mean, the poor little kid's traumatized
Yeah.
now, you know.
Yeah,
Gosh.
exactly.
Oh, good grief. But yeah, so it's,
Oh,
you know, I just think that we can never say enough that, you know, please don't think pets are abandoned or neglected without taking all this first steps of trying to find the owner. And if in fact they
right.
are neglected or something, then it's animal services, um, you know, that they're the ones that need to look into it. There's certain
Yeah.
steps you should take, you know.
Yeah.
So
Oh. So are your vets pretty good about scanning? Like even at this time, like even with COVID-19, can anybody just take a pet in to have it scanned and they will do it?
Yeah, most of them are, but you have to call ahead and you have to wait in your car and they'll send somebody
Okay.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a lot
Good.
of volunteers with scanners, so we try still my volunteers are willing to go and scan if it's in their area, with their
Okay. Yeah.
masks on and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
they will do it. But you have to wait in your car and call ahead and you know, then they'll come out and scan it.
Okay. Okay.
How is it where you are?
Well, yeah, we have the same. So we have a lot of volunteers that have scanners. Um, and but I think like the shelters, I haven't heard so much about the vets, but I think the shelters again you have to make the appointment. And a lot of the shelters are working kind of on a real skeleton crew right now too.
Yeah.
But are trying to do a pretty good job of getting the pets back home in Wisconsin anyway. I'm just speaking for Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But I kind of always envy you with like kind of having a very a small area can be very very effective, right? You're very effective at what you do because you're covering two counties,
Yeah.
and sometimes I feel like we're sometimes even though we have a lot of volunteers, we're also covering 72 counties, and it
Yeah.
seems
My
like
gosh.
really really long ways away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we get
Yeah.
lots of false alarms. Like I went out to scan what somebody reported to be a deceased dog the other day, and it was a raccoon, and that happens quite often.
Yeah.
Where it's not even a domestic animal.
Yeah. We get that raccoons or coyotes,
Yeah,
something
foxes
like
or
that. Yeah.
I went for a goat one time. I mean, a poor goat. I felt bad for it, but
Aw.
it really was not a dog.
Yeah.
And I would have thought it would have been fairly clear because it had hooves and not paws.
Ah.
But
Yeah. Yeah, we do what we can right now, and I think everybody is doing their best, but things are certainly different. And so, we try as hard as we can to, have people cooperate and do the best that they can right now too. It's just a difficult time for sure.
yes, yes. And how about events? Like all of our events have been canceled through the
Mm,
fall that we
Yeah.
would attend. Like our the shelter dog walks and things like that. It's pretty much.
Yeah, I don't have any idea what's going to happen the rest of the year. We don't
Yeah.
participate in many things we did one in the spring before this or February, whatever it was, a walk. We had a thing but since then we had to cancel our microchip thing we were going to do as part of our giving challenge. We had to cancel that, and I hope, if things get better, we'll be able to redo that. But there are other things that we generally do. There's a big Adopt-A-Palooza, which is generally, I think, August, and I don't know what the plan is. I'm not sure. So we don't know. Everything's so bizarre right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Kathy, we've already gone through our time like crazy. So if you could, just tell everybody how to look up your information, that would be great.
Yes, so we are lostdogsofamerica.org. That is our website, and our Facebook page is Lost Dogs of America. You can also email us at lostdogsofamerica@gmail.com. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. All right.
That. And I got to tell you that doing the show, I have had several really good emails about long lost dogs, people looking for help and advice on long lost dogs. So very happy to help those people.
Yeah, we should talk about that sometime. That would be a good show. Yeah. All right. Well, it's time to say goodbye. So thanks again, Kathy. This has been Kathy Pobloskie from Lost Dogs of America. She joins me every month, and we just kind of talk about what we think we need to talk about. So all of our other interviews are online that you can find them on Let's Talk Pets Radio. So anyways, remember that a lost pet can't tell anyone where it lives, so please be sure they are microchipped and wearing their ID tags. And if they are chipped, be sure that chip is registered and up to date. Thanks for joining us today, and until next time, take care and keep your pets safe.